everybody, I am Raven and today I am going to play a quick game and this is a Q&A and my mom will assist me, so let's see.
Okay, because this is your dream. You want to be a beauty queen someday. So I'm going to try. I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to see if you can answer all my questions. Okay? So, first question. Is there a such thing as perfect relationship for you? Again, is there a such thing as a perfect relationship for you?
I believe that relationship is something that we should nurture and cherish, but I don't really believe in perfection because I know that imperfections makes it perfect, and so I believe in the relationship. We have some good sides and bad sides, but that makes it love. If you accept both sides, then that makes it a pure relationship, and that is something that I look up to. Thank you.
Okay, number two. What did you think would you be when you were a child? What did you think would you be when you were a child? When you
Growing up, I hadn't really had so many dreams. I only had the one dream, and that was to be a fashion designer. But I was in middle school, and so I didn't really believe that dream is important until now. But if there's one thing I learned is that never look down to yourself, and because if you don't have a dream right now, don't worry, it will go with the flow. Just follow your dream right now and believe that it will happen.
Okay, number three. Does beauty affect one's success in life? Does beauty affect one's success in life?
I don't know, but when it comes to beauty, my personal thought about beauty is how you treat others. And so I believe that beauty affects when it comes to success. I don't really believe that beauty is based on a physical appearance because our physical appearance fades. And so I really believe that yeah, it can affect based on how we treat people with kindness, of course. Thank you.
Number four. If you had a time machine and you could be transported to any time, the past or the future, what time would you choose?
I personally wouldn't choose any of it, but to answer the question, I would just go to my past, but do nothing about it. When I was young, I always fail, but I've always thought of going back to the past and changing it. But now, I won't do anything about it because it serves me big lessons, and the lessons and it defines me right now. It builds me on what I am right now, and my future. Well, I'm building my future right now, so I don't really need to look at it because I am making it. Thank you.
Okay, number five. What has fear of failure stop you from doing?
I've always been the kind of child who's been suffering with failure mainly because I always fail, like what I've said. But when it comes to failure, I always give up easily because I believe that it wasn't meant for me. But it serves me the biggest lesson that I have right now is to never give up. Failure is something that is right there. It builds success. And so I am very proud to be a successful woman someday with many failures because it will define me. I want to teach the young generations that failure does nothing to you. It defines you, and so don't be afraid of failing. Thank you.
Okay, if you could develop just one special power, which one would you choose and why?
Special powers. For me, special powers is love. And so I don't really need some special powers anymore, like invisibility. Because we have this love that God gave us. And we spread it, we make a life changing change in our society, in ourselves. We spread our love, we teach one another how to love their neighbors, our neighbors, and yeah, that's the most important thing. That's the kind of power that will never fade. Thank you.
Do you think it's disrespectful to argue with your elders?
I believe that it is very disrespectful to argue with your elders. They've been in this world longer than you've been, and yeah, the young generations. probably has a misconception to this because they think that they are the only one who's suffering, which is not. Every human being, old, kid, teens, youth, everyone suffers the same situations as you suffer. So don't feel alone. And don't mistreat others like you're the one who's been suffering more. It's just the way how you bring life. Take it easy. Thank you.
What positive changes have you made in your life recently?
Probably having a more positive mindset, not depending on people. That was the most frequently lesson that I've learned. And yeah, I'm very happy to learn that I don't need to depend on people because we all have um our own life and our own way, of course. God is making something and you have a purpose. And so you do not need to depend on people. You need to depend on God, and that is important, more important. Thank you.
What would you say is the biggest problem facing our educational system today and why?
Our educational system today is facing the world's pandemic, which is coronavirus. And I personally agree that we should, continue our studies. I mean, people in poverty did not really blame the educations on how they are right now. And so I believe that we should just strive hard and get our courage up and get our hopes up because everything happens for a reason. Thank you.
Okay. What do you think of the death penalty? That is my last question to you. What do you think about the death penalty?
I personally support our president during before he reigned as the president of the Philippines. And but I do not support all those decisions such as death penalty. I believe that we are here to nurture a life, not to take it away. We don't have a right any right. We don't have any right to take a life away. I believe in change. I believe that a man can change even though how many times he got into that addiction. I believe that we all have a purpose in our life. We all have a mission. And so I believe that we only God has the right to take a life away. Thank you.
Okay, and that's all. Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Raven.
Guys, thank you for watching. And this was just all for fun. Don't take it really seriously. So,
Bye.
bye guys.